Welcome to USC Commencement. For your safety, please be aware of the following guidelines. In the unlikely event of an earthquake, remember to drop, cover, and hold in place, then calmly await further instructions from safety personnel. If you should see anything out of the ordinary, please notify a security officer or commencement staff member. For emergency assistance, contact the USC Department of Public Safety at 213-740-4321. Thank you for your attention. Enjoy your day at USC, and congratulations to all our graduates.
Good morning, students, parents, family, friends, and distinguished guests, including our 2025 commencement speaker, Mandy Moore. And our founder and lead benefactor, Glorya Kaufman. I'm Dean Julia Ritter, and it is an honor to stand before you today as we celebrate the achievements of the class of 2025. Four years ago, you arrived on campus with excitement in your hearts and a vision for your future. You brought with you your dreams, determination, and the courage to take risks. Your journey has been filled with moments of triumph and challenge, with late nights and early mornings, and with countless hours of dedication to your craft. And now, here you are, graduates of the USC Glorya Kaufman School of Dance. It is a distinction that you have earned through hard work and unwavering passion. You are artists, you are leaders, you are advocates and visionaries, and you are ready to make your mark on the world. The class of 2025 is poised to be the next wave of change makers in this vibrant field. You will continue to push boundaries and inspire others to see the power of movement in new and profound ways. The world needs your innovation and your creativity. We know you will share your gifts widely with confidence and integrity. At this moment, I would also like to take a chance to recognize the people who have supported you along the way. Would all the parents of the graduating students please rise? Let us also recognize grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers. We want to make sure we get everyone in, so I'm going to go back. Brothers, sisters, cousins, nieces, nephews. Nieces, nephews, significant others, and friends. You have all supported these extraordinary dancers through triumphs and challenges, offering your encouragement, love, and belief in their potential. Graduates, let's also take a moment to thank those who have guided your growth, challenged you to explore and experiment, and cheered you on. Kaufman faculty, please rise. And last but not least, let's thank our staff, especially our fantastic student affairs team. I also have to give a big shout out to Jess Mann, who's made this incredible event possible. Collectively, the Kaufman faculty and staff celebrate each and every one of you and look forward to your future accomplishments. To the class of 2025, as you take this next step, know that you will always have a place at Kaufman. Thank you for your artistry, your resilience, and your commitment to your craft. Today marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. On behalf of your peers, our esteemed faculty and staff, and all of us at USC, congratulations to the class of 2025. As we continue this morning's celebration, I'd like to invite someone who plays a vital role in shaping the academic journey of our students. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Allison D'Amato, Assistant Dean of Academic and Faculty Affairs.
Thank you, Dean Ritter. I am delighted to join you along with faculty and staff, family, and friends to celebrate the class of 2025. I would like to extend special acknowledgement to Dee Sabela Grimes and Ebony Haswell Frazier. Dee Sabela Grimes and Ebony Haswell Frazier, who were selected by the graduates to serve in the role of faculty marshals. Today we honor a rare and remarkable accomplishment, the fusion of intellect and artistry, of academic inquiry and creative expression. Graduates, over the last 4 years, you have pursued extraordinary physical and artistic rigor. You have also sharpened your minds by engaging in the study of dance from theoretical, historical, and cultural perspectives. You've explored dance not just as an art form, but as a research modality, a science, and a vehicle for transformative social change. You leave here as dancers and scholars, individuals capable of shaping the field, challenging conventions, and leading with insight and integrity. At this time, I would like to share some of the academic accolades that make this graduating cohort so extraordinary. We have 19 students who are graduating with university honor cords, indicating an overall GPA of 3.5 or higher. Of those students, 8 have achieved the academic honor of magna cum laude, signifying an overall GPA of 3.7 or higher, and 5 have achieved the academic honor of summa cum laude, indicating an overall GPA of 3.9 or higher. Magna and Summa will be announced as those students cross the stage. In addition, we have 11 students who have achieved a place on Kaufman's newly minted Dean's List. We have 4 students who are graduating with the BFA in dance as well as a minor in another field. We have 1 student, Lindsay Likens, who is... Well, let me say what she did, who is graduating with a BA in psychology in addition to the BFA in dance. And we have 1 student, Arjun Kochar, who will continue... who will continue to work toward a progressive master's degree in specialized journalism. Each and every one of our graduates has demonstrated extraordinary commitment to academic pursuits by reaching this culminating moment. As you prepare to leave Kaufman and share your talents with the wider world, remember that you have proven yourselves not only with talent, but with dedication, curiosity, tenacity, and a passion for learning. Congratulations, class of 2025. You have completed a remarkable academic journey.
Thank you, Allison, for recognizing the incredible academic accomplishments of this class. Now, we turn our attention to the artistry and performance that have defined these graduates' time at Kaufman. To reflect on those unforgettable moments, please welcome Associate Professor and Assistant Dean of Programming and Special Projects, Jackie Kopsak.
Good afternoon, Kaufman graduates, families, friends. Dance is a discipline, so today we celebrate not just a diploma, but your devotion. You have rehearsed until midnight, turned injury into insight, and critique into growth. You've absorbed lineage while forging your own voice, honoring tradition as you redefined what dance can be. Your dance journey over the past 4 years has been challenging, but it has also been rich. Your artistry in performance and choreography has made an impact on our community and our audiences. And so I'd like to share a few of my memories of the class of 2025 in performance. Your very first performance was USC Kaufman's first in-person show after the pandemic. Do you remember that? You all wore sequined masks. We had sequined masks for Professor Corbin's piece, that very first piece. And then you moved on to your debut at the Wallace in wonderful new works by Toyin Segenro and Achinta McDaniel. I remember certain cast members carrying that tree branch through LPS in Peter Chu's work and grooving through new creations by Max Pham and Danny Rowe. Of your incredibly impactful residency with Hope Boykin in your sophomore year. Bringing existing ballets like Rodeo, Increases, and Within the Golden Hour to life. And collaborating with incredible visiting artists like Kyle Abraham, Roderick George, Jillian Myers, Kylie Kwan, and Jaquivas Thomason. There is also a lot of faculty works to be celebrated in works by Dee Sabela Grimes, Jason Rogers, Nina Flagg, Bruce McCormick, Brett Easterling, Selima E. Knight, Ebony Haswell Fraser, and Josette Wiggin. A wonderful opportunity was had this year performing at the Laguna Dance Festival in the work of Michaela Taylor. I remember what a wonderful time we had at Jacob's Pillow. You brought down the house in Boston. And of sharing so many of your own beautiful creative works with choreographers and composers, advanced composition, and your truly visionary senior projects. I hope that you are excited by all of this work that you have accomplished and excited by the work yet to come. You are artists in a time when art matters more than ever. So as you step into new studios, onto stages, in front of cameras, or into spaces not yet imagined, carry this with you. The world needs your new movement. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jackie, for those beautiful reflections and reminders of all the places these dancers have been and all the places they are going to be. Now is my privilege to introduce a message from the visionary whose generosity has made all of this possible, our founder, Glorya Kaufman. For many years, Glorya has dedicated herself to supporting the arts with her remarkable philanthropic work. Her foundation has made a lasting impact on a wide range of institutions, including the Music Center here in LA, Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, and most notably, the USC Glorya Kaufman School of Dance. Because of her vision and generosity, countless future students at USC and beyond will have the opportunity to discover the transformative power of dance. We're honored to now share a special message from Glorya.
Good morning, everyone. What a privilege it is to be here with you as we honor the USC Kaufman graduating class of 2025. Today, we celebrate a remarkable group of individuals at a pivotal moment in time. As we mark a milestone decade in 2025, I feel a profound sense of gratitude and deep pride for all that you have accomplished. This class of graduates stand as a living embodiment of a dream realized. You are not only graduating, you are emerging as a manifestation of that dream, my dream, that became a reality. What a journey it's been. You've entered this school during a time when the world had changed drastically. While many sought comfort in the predictability of routine, you faced a lot of uncertainty. You came of age at a moment in history that was far different than any we all imagined. One defined by isolation, distance, and unpredictability. But you found poetry in the void. You transformed living rooms into studios, computer screens into stages, while the world stood still. Your bodies continued to speak the truth, the words that could never express. You give all of us a sense of normality and, in many ways, a chance to start afresh. As you leave Kaufman today, you do so at a time when this school's impact has never been greater. The doors you open will pave the way to the future generations. They will enter a world where creativity and innovations have no boundaries. USC Kaufman now sets the standard for excellence in the world of dance, influencing not just Los Angeles, but way beyond. Dance has always been a source of inspiration to me. It is a universal language with the power to tell stories that words cannot express and to evoke emotions that we didn't even know that we carried. The choreographic language you've developed here at Kaufman transcends regional influence. It speaks of global possibilities previous generations would scarcely imagine. The world you are stepping into is one of constant transformation, and you will be an essential part to make it better. The challenges you've overcome will serve you well as you navigate an ever-evolving landscape that needs artistry more today than ever. Dance at its core as an expression of the human spirit. Never forget our ability to feel, to connect, and to communicate with others in every essence of what you do. Embrace that humanity and let it be your guiding force. I remind all of you to treat each other with kindness as you begin your professional lives. It is especially important today. The impact you make through your art and experiences will matter far more than any external recognition. Stay rooted in your values and trust that your artistry will not only lead you to extraordinary achievements, but will also help shape a better world for those around you. Each and every one of you has left an indelible mark on the first chapter of our history. My wish for you is that you find joy and purpose in your art, and that you use it to create beauty, meaning in the world, and to continue to shape the future of dance in powerful ways. We are ready for your creativity and leadership and your vision. Congratulations, class of 2025, to you.
Thank you, Glorya, for that lovely message and for your continued support of our community and its future. I am now delighted to introduce a member of the graduating class who has been selected by his peers to speak on behalf of the class of 2025. Please welcome to the stage Arjun Kochar.
Okay. Good morning. At a young age, I fell in love with stories. Today, I dedicate this speech to those who remind me why our stories matter, the class of 2025. In 2021, when we stepped into the USC Glorya Kaufman School of Dance, someone older offered us their wisdom. Hold on to these 4 years. They'll be gone before you know it. And so we did. Through masks, Trojan checks, and more spit tests than anyone should ever mention in a graduation speech, we learned how to hold on. We counted hours, minutes, and seconds. We danced, and guess what? We danced some more. In the in-between, some of us became writers, activists, singers, bakers, photographers, DJs, designers, and entrepreneurs. But through it all, we kept showing up for each other. And like we were told, kept holding on. The part they didn't tell us, however, is that sometimes the harder you try to hold on, the more it slips away. That there are moments you'll be nostalgic for when you're in them, and people you will miss even before they are gone. And that all of a sudden you will be here, sitting in a room of all the people you love, a cap and gown to your name, wondering, I held on to my 4 years. So where did they go? The truth is, they didn't go anywhere. They got woven into the people around you. It lives on in the stories you carry and the ones you helped write. What you will find is that sometimes to hold someone close, you will break away parts of yourself to make space for them. And in doing so, somewhere along the way, you might have come in with your own dreams, but you will leave with pieces of everyone else's. And so, as I stand here now, in our last gratitude cipher all together, I say, today I am grateful for the pieces of you that you've left in me. Today I am grateful for my memory because tomorrow I will get to remember you. Today I am grateful for Rob and the home we built together sophomore year that you filled with music, movies, and friends. For Janae, for the journals, the rhyme schemes, the sweet treats, and the melodies. Chelsea, for Can't Help Falling in Love, our duet that helped me feel safe in my own body. Ash, for the beauty of brilliance and knowledge that lies behind your eyes. For Lindsay, and stargazing in Sequoia when it felt like we were the last people on Earth and I could lay beside you for years to come. Jasmine, for being my first friend, my first home away from home. Ambar, for reminding us that every room was built to be danced in, and Slater Rose for filling those rooms with music for all of us to dance to. Sam, for your warm bowl of SpaghettiOs, for making me giggle, and for becoming the joy of my childhood. Alex, for being the pillar that holds our skies up. Brennan, for your hugs that make the world feel lighter, softer, warmer, and kinder each day. For Jonah, whose love made me feel so safe that it taught me how to love myself. Justice and Tyler, for being the light that I miss after I have let it go. Wyatt, for the squiggly lines we made together as yellows. Truly, you became my other half. Angel, for your presence that grounds me and smile that heals me every day. Truly, you are my angel. AC, for pulling our leg over and over, reminding us that it's never all that serious. For Summer and the many ways she's made up of stardust, sunshine, and many iced mochas. Tamar, for your resilience, for making me laugh, and that bonfire popcorn which took an hour to pop. For Anya, because you and I are forever and ever and ever. Sadie Grace, for the beautiful ways in which you showed up for me when I needed you the most. For Xavier and your art that feels like a return to home, I carry it deep within me. Leanne, for your heart of gold that shines its warmth into our cohort every day. And Shay, for becoming my everything. Like Bing Bong promised, thank you for taking me to the moon. My beautiful, loving, caring, sloppy, diverse, and not to forget temperamental family. Thank you, class of 25, for growing up with me. For now, this is where we go our separate ways. But if not in this life, then in the next, when the world is softer, stranger, or slower, I hope our paths will cross again. Until then, promise me that beyond these 4 walls, past the campus gates, you will wake up each day and fall in love with your art all over again. that you will find sunlight in ordinary places and fill your days with reasons to make you smile, that you will write your name into the world gently but without apology, and every once in a while, when the world asks too much of you, you will remember to slow down. In that stillness, I hope you look back on our breakfasts in the village dining hall, fresh sesh, sunsets on Manhattan Beach, ciphers anywhere and everywhere, lines at Dulce, mirror selfies on the first day of classes, and punking the space. But most of all, I hope you look back on this exact moment and remind yourself how much you matter to the people sitting next to you today. You did then, you will always. So here I begin again. At a young age, I fell in love with stories. Today, I am grateful that you were written into mine. I love you forever, class of 25. Happy graduation.
Thank you, Arjun, for those amazing, beautiful words and heartfelt memories. You captured the spirit of this class so beautifully. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the distinguished 2025 commencement speaker. She is an Emmy Award-winning choreographer, director, and producer whose work spans television, film, and stage. She is a multi-talented artist who has inspired dancers across generations with her work on films like La La Land and the iconic television series So You Think You Can Dance. Please join me in welcoming Mandy Moore.
Thank you so much, Dean Ritter. Very kind introduction. I appreciate that. Good morning, dancers. How awesome is this to be celebrating you today alongside your faculty and your family and your guests. Today is your graduation day, and this is a big deal. I'm very honored to be here to celebrate this with you guys. Over the years, I have been fortunate to orbit around this USC Kaufman program. Many of you I've worked with in classes or workshops. Some have auditioned for me. Some of you I have hired, and I've observed all of you at some point in the many performances that I have attended here. Right. Each time I come across a USC student, I'm impressed by your technique, your artistry, and the variety of movement and styles that you're exposed to here at Kaufman. You are graduating from a passionate program that cares for all things dance. Your dance eyes are wide, and you learn to be curious and respectful of many styles. I'm excited that you're the next contestants on This Is Your Dance Life. You are armed with an incredible amount of dance knowledge, and this, my dear dance friends, is going to be what sets you apart from so many of your peers as you start to navigate this big, bad music, this big, bad business of art making. I moved to Los Angeles in 1994 with the classic story of $500 and a suitcase. I was a kid from a small town in Colorado, and I had, on paper, no business moving to La La Land. I knew nothing about the industry, I knew nothing about the city, but I knew that I loved to dance. Little did I know that I had a superpower that would start to reveal itself as I evolved and grew as a dancer, teacher, and choreographer. My first classes as a young dancer were breakdancing and ballet. That's right, I was in a breakdancing crew, and I had my purple parachute pants and my double Velcro red Reeboks. I was obsessed with backspins and pas de bourrées. I couldn't get enough. I think I was like an early version of AI. It was just, I guess, kept getting smarter and smarter and smarter. And then that means that I wanted to sign up for other classes. I signed up for tap, I signed up for belly dancing, then modern, Graham, Horton, then came improv classes, jazz classes, folkloric classes, lyrical classes, flamenco classes, partnering classes, acron classes, clogging classes. I signed up for anything, I couldn't get enough. And I didn't know it at the time, but being exposed to all those different styles of dance would definitely allow me to be very successful in a lot of different kinds of mediums and spaces. I was armed with dance knowledge. And as I grew with dance, I found that I loved being a dancer as much as I loved teaching a dancer, and equally as much as I loved creating on a dancer. Cue the identity crisis. I really struggled with needing to know, was I a dancer, was I a teacher, or was I a choreographer? Was my style jazz? Was it contemporary? Was I better at commercial work or stage work? Was I better suited for TV or film or stage? Should I just make teaching my career? Couldn't I be all of these things? And couldn't I do all of these styles? I felt like I knew a little bit about a lot. And for a long time, I thought maybe that was a bad thing. Maybe it wasn't cool because I didn't put all my eggs in one basket. I wasn't necessarily incredible at any one thing. I was just good at a lot of things. Had I found it? Was that my superpower? No, it was not. That was not my superpower. All that knowledge about lots of different styles and enjoying teaching, creating, and teaching would certainly help me along the way, but it wasn't the thing that came in clutch in just the moments that I needed it. It wasn't my superpower. In the last 4 years here at USC, I'm rather certain you've taken a lot of dance class, right? That's what I thought, yeah. You've spent countless hours in the front of the mirror showing up when you didn't feel like it, or when you were so sore you thought your hamstrings had shrunk 7 inches overnight. You showed up when you weren't even sure if you liked dance anymore. You felt your cracked feet on the studio floor when you were stressed about the paper you probably should have written and didn't. You watched yourself warm up over and over again. You started to enjoy a great plie, and you maybe giggled to yourself when you finally nailed that frappe combo and you hope somebody saw it. You experienced little victories when you finally coordinated your body and pulled your life together across the floor. You also felt many a defeat when you couldn't quite find the rhythm that you were sure you felt in your bones. And you cheered for your peers when they flew. You also secretly hated them when that little jealousy monster reared its ugly head. Those times in class, in front of that mirror, under the watchful eye of your professors, were preparing you for way more than dance. Those moments prepare you for life, and it's the showing up that matters. Show up for your life. It's yours. And the cool part is, like a great dance class, you get to share that space with other humans who show up for their life. Show up for each other, make plans and keep them, just the same as when you told yourself you were going to stick that triple pirouette or else. It's the same thing. We seem to be in a time that's easy not to show up, not to be present, and not to commit. But we know better as dancers. It doesn't work like that for us. We can't fake it. The result is directly tied to the effort and the time put in. We as dancers also know that what it feels like to fail and not to get it and to keep working for it. I find myself very thankful for those moments in my life when I failed. In fact, I think I failed a lot in front of millions of people every week on a little show called So You Think You Can Dance. I started choreographing on that show in season 3. I was really young. And over the next 14 seasons, I basically grew up in front of that audience. One week, I would have an amazing show-stopping number. And the very next week, I'd have the worst number and my couple would go home. And then I'd have a week where the judges loved my number and I hated it. The very next week, I hated my number and the judges loved it. All the while, so many critics in the comments and loads of people who passionately thought I was the worst choreographer who had ever stepped foot on that show. It was hard to keep showing up. But I did, and I kept listening and learning and trying to get better at my craft. Because there's no formula for choreography. At least for me, there isn't. Sometimes what comes out of my head and my heart and my body is amazing. And then sometimes I'm not really sure what it is. And then other times it's terrible. It's really bad. And that's okay, because I'm human. I'm not AI like I thought I was when I was young. And even though I don't like it, I allow myself to fail. And I hope that you also fail a lot. And I hope that you fail many times over, and that you have the courage to allow other people to fail too. I think we can all use a little bit more grace with the idea of failure both in ourselves and in others. You know, many people ask me what I think makes me successful as a choreographer. I think it's simple. I say yes and I show up. Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And that is #truth. And sometimes all you have to do is say yes and give it a shot. And also Google says the origin of that quote is debated, so don't quote me. And I realize that it's not easy for some people to show up and take the shot. I don't find it hard. For maybe showing up is like a superpower. That must be it. That's why I can do what I do. I just show up. That's not it. It goes deeper than that. It goes back to the beginning. It goes back to the young girl who would make up dance shows with her sister and make her mom and dad watch. It goes back to the middle schooler who would play the Debbie Gibson cassette and make up solos on the back porch. It goes back to the high schooler who would go to the dance studio for an hour before school and practice. It goes back to the young teacher who was wild with the idea of sharing with her students. And it goes back to the young woman who asked people to dance on cars on a freeway. It goes back to the fact that I love dance. That is my superpower. My love for dance has been with me like from the start. And I've drawn it like a sword in the moments that I doubted myself, in the moments I celebrated myself, and in the moments when I danced by myself. I am most certain that you and I share the same superpower. The thing that you feel inside when you move, when you express through shape and texture and technique. It's yours and yours alone. Wear it like a cape, and it will be with you through the whole journey. Now you're ready for your next adventure. You're armed with dance knowledge. You will show up, and you know your superpower. Make sure to find the fun. Don't be afraid to seek the sadness and hover over the happy. I wish you all the best out there, and I cannot wait to see you along this path. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Mandy, for sharing your story, your wisdom, and your joy with us today. Your words will surely resonate with this graduating class as they move forward. And now, it is the time that we've all been waiting for, the presentation of the class of 2025. Graduates, please follow the instructions of our staff and begin approaching the stage. I would also like to invite the platform party to please take your positions. Guests, you are welcome to take photos from your seats. We do ask that you keep the aisles clear and refrain from blocking any walkways. Graduates, once your name is announced, you will proceed across the front of the stage to receive your diploma from Dr. D'Amato. Please stop and pose with Mandy Moore, strike a pose, and then continue across the stage for your photo with Glorya Kaufman. Once you've exited the stage, you will pose for one final photo in front of the USC Kaufman backdrop. After that photo, please return to your seat and remain seated until everyone has been recognized. Without further ado, Sam Amy, magna cum laude. Chelsea Correa, magna cum laude. Wyatt Drew Florin, magna cum laude. Tamar Gabalev. Brennan Joseph Gonzalez. Shay Hancock, summa cum laude. Robert Michael Hoffer. Janae Ann Ross Holster, magna cum laude. Arjun Kochar, summa cum laude. Lindsay Diane Likens, summa cum laude. Ambar Matos Ortiz. Angel Powell, magna cum laude. Jasmine Rose Robinson. Slater Rose. Dan Ross. A.C. Samuels. Sadie Grace Shelburne, summa cum laude. Malachi Ashley Stevens. Anye Stevenson, magna cum laude. Alexander Paul Thomas. Jonah Kwa Tran, magna cum laude. Summer Lin Vu, summa cum laude. Xavier Christopher Williams, magna cum laude. and platform party, you can take your seats. Thank you. Let's give another round of applause for these incredible graduates. Graduates, please prepare for the recessional. We ask that our guests and our loved ones please keep the aisles clear and remain seated until the graduates have processed out. After the recessional, we ask that you please exit swiftly. There is another ceremony coming in. Faculty, please remain on stage for a quick group photo with our commencement speaker, Mandy Moore. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for coming to the USC Kaufman Commencement Ceremony. Please join us for a reception and dance party on the Kaufman Courtyard. Best of luck, dance on!